madness is creeping in our public space. It's stupidity that is rather unfortunate. I can't think far. I can't think far because how can you buy data, get a phone, buy data, and then spew such nonsense, calling for another person's blood, and you expect to go scot-free? Ask yourself, if you have a brother or a sister in the army or the police or any of our security agencies, will you call for his or her blood? Will you call for his or her blood to be spilled? These men have sworn to protect our nation, to protect our republic, to protect the land, and because of your stupidity, you're calling for their blood to be spilled because he wants to continue this very same thing which is destroying our land. Galamsey. It's madness. See, my people, Galamsey has destroyed our water bodies, and it's destroying our water bodies. If it is not checked now, we will start importing water very soon from China.
So, man, so any man tell me, no, you're Galamsey. That's money. That's all who's so Jenny, and as a police in our site, no to about the token. But say, no, Galamsey, no so Jenny, and the police in our site, and Ohuna, but the token, so banasum, Jumo, so ban mansumo, Ohuna net to open upon token. Ade, Northern region, area B, that man go side or baby. Work outside operation because so now, Sunny Anajo. Work or boys so much your money now, what shape to go try to a moon. Video be my bank, for your video no be SND a platform. No, Ade, whatever. I say, at 2 nibble. So what site? Let's so Jenny and us police in the back. Then 2 bell. Sick and about over to me at Chanokuno. And go baby. So almost I imagine some of them queens. Any tea baby, ye tea bush in here, hot here. No offering cry, Kumasi Abba. Abba room, say, when ye Baba Kundia, yes, really move. Which she has Jenny, police in your site upon the token where straight up. Because we must start to try to grow from the air. Was says anybody? Obama so I buy company be any man so. Apart from school, how many teachers for? Apart from fire service office, how many fire service personnel and I said fire service for? And as a district assembly, Hono, Kakrana or Manson, Quantan in the area, as I buy factory be any man so. Manso 4 years, Juma, for Swakre to Mujumano, no more Tata woman. Look at this. And you are expecting say, so yeah, by Juma in Nesso, and I saw your soldier, and I saw your security personnel, no bassiter, young crow, name old, young Jew, so this time. Oh, I'm right here, buying a, what you saying? They say, so Janny Bassite, as a police in Bassite, no what chance over Kuna Kunubi. Won't to me at Granny Cough. But from that, that's where Juma. But the any updates in or you want to meet the link in our mouth. Your hands over the platform, Miss Roya by Juma and your main house on the journey platform. I don't think I'm right, me rejected baby now, hello. Platform no, that's where Juma. And Tino said, Open so journey platform now. That's me number no. Video overcome. Nah, baby, dear Coviano. You were more tip off no. To wish your money say 101 over to me, only on one face, the papa so wish a bush, on so and I'm quite so never. The pap, or enough floor, simple matter, we in your treating via, will be on your bear to be as will be on your bear to be massa. One was a no virgin honor edited, and I wish I got senior coon, yes, she has soldiers for sight, a police for sight in ever to me. You ever come, say to me, yes, ever Johnny. We've been to be on my muha. Because there's some. Factory be any home be or Galamsey review, and put your quancolano, Munya my.
A new madness is creeping into our public square. Mere citizens openly calling for the killing of men in uniform because they dared to stop Galamsey. Let us be brutally clear. This is reckless, dangerous, and morally bankrupt. How did we get here? How did survivor turn into license to incite murder? The soldier in the bush is not your enemy. He is not the reason your farm is failing. He is not the architect of the joblessness that drives young men into the mad pits of Galamsey. He is a servant of the Republic, sent to defend the very land we are destroying with mercury and excavators. To call for his death is to spit on the very idea of Ghana as a nation of laws. But let us not pretend this madness grows in a vacuum. It grows because the state itself has failed. When young people see no alternative but to dig, when families believe Galamsey is their only lifeline, when communities watch politicians take bribes from the very miners they condemn, then the soldier looks less like a protector and more like an oppressor. Still, no frustration, no hunger, no political grievance can justify a call to kill those sworn to protect the flag. That is not resistance, that is anarchy. And once you legitimize killing men in uniform, you are no longer fighting for survival. You are declaring war on the republic itself. You see, our elders say, the one who climbs a good tree deserves a push, but the one who climbs a thorny tree deserves to be left alone. Soldiers defending the land have climbed a good tree. To cut them down with our words and threats is to side with the thorns. We shouldn't forget what is happening in our neighboring countries. Other African countries. History across Africa teaches us the danger of normalizing calls for violence against the men in uniform. Don't forget our brothers, Nigeria, Delta State, oil militancy began as a protest against pollution and exploitation. But when armed groups started targeting soldiers and security forces, the state retaliated with crushing force. Communities that once sought justice were caught in a cycle of bloodshed that left villages burned and livelihoods destroyed. Sudan, in Darfur, and later during the protests in Khartoum, segments of the population viewed the army not as protectors, but as oppressors. Once civilians began calling for direct attacks on soldiers, the regime responded with brutality. Thousands of innocents paid the price for the reckless calls of a few. Don't forget Central African Republic. Armed groups there built their entire legitimacy on demonizing state soldiers and UN peacekeepers. What followed was years of communal slaughter, displacement of millions, and a state so fractured that rebuilding trust in any uniform remains almost impossible. And in South Africa, Marikana 2012. Though a different contest, when miners clashed with police and soldiers, the outcome was a massacre of 34 miners. The tragedy began not only with economic desperation, but with toxic rhetoric that painted men in uniform as disposable enemies. These examples should warn us. It should let us know that once a nation crosses the line of seeing its soldiers' blood as expendable, the descent into instability is swift and merciless. Ghana must not go down that road. We need to arrest this madness. This is no longer just a matter of public debate. It is a matter of national security. The men in uniform must act now, swiftly, decisively, and without hesitation. The one who dares to call for the blood of soldiers is not a patriot, it's a criminal, and criminals must face them. If the armed forces allow this reckless rhetoric to go unchecked, they will be opening the floodgates to chaos. Today it's words, tomorrow it is stones, the next day it is bullets. My people, prevention begins with one act. Arrest the man who dared to incite murder. Let him face the law in full daylight so that the message is clear. Ghana will not tolerate calls for violence against its defenders. No, our fathers once told us, if you kill the lizard of the house, the lizard in the forest will run away. In other words, deal swiftly with the reckless one at home, or you will invite greater chaos from outside. Because if Ghana fails to act now, the madness that swallowed parts of Nigeria, Sudan, and the Central African Republic could easily find a home here. And once blood spills, there is no easy way back. This is David 360, and I had questions. Are we going to allow this madness to continue? This shouldn't be political. Our youth cannot take to social media and say what they cannot swallow. Let's act wisely. Until I come your way again, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video so that it will go far to reach the appropriate quarters. God bless you.